What is up, YouTube? Slacker here with another video. The topic of this video is going to be 3 things to always ask yourself after you lose. Now, this may not seem like something that most people do, and it probably isn't. I know good losers as well as sore losers. Me personally, when I lose, I shake the person's hand, act polite, da-da-da. But then afterward, I ask myself these 3 things. These are the 3 main things to remember and to keep in the back of your mind every time you've lost. So here they are. Number 1. Did I get sacked? This may seem like a contradictory question to ask. I mean, did I lose? Yes. Did I get sacked? I must have if I lost, didn't I? Or maybe not. See, when you get sacked, you just lose and you have nothing to do. There's no way you could stop it. This could be anything from losing to something stupid like Hedgehog OTK, or let's say you're playing Boojins and your opponent opens up, drops Judgment Dragon, and just keeps paying its effect like 3 or 4 times till you're out of stuff. Then, once your board is clear, they drop 2 other Judgment Dragons and you're like, well, fuck. So if you get sacked, there's not really much you can do. You just have to accept it and go on. Maybe you can think about tacking in cards to stop it, or it's just one of those freak things that happens. Number 2. Did I misplay? This one's another controversial one because most people don't want to admit when they misplay, but everybody does it. I do it. In fact, just this past, what was it? Last tournaments, I was playing Lightsworn player. Sighted in Puppet Plant. I had Puppet Plant in my hand. He had Lila on board. I could have Lila'd, made what I wanted, and took his Judgment Dragon. I forgot that Puppet Plant could take spellcasters. Worst misplay ever. It was terrible. Thankfully, though, I redeemed myself later by using Puppet Plant to kind of smoke a Stellar Knight player, but you know. You live and you learn. So remember what your cards say is the first thing to tell everybody. And number 2, learn from your misplays. If you make a mistake, note it and remember it for next time. If you remember it, chances are you won't make the same mistake twice, and if you do, well, you know, 3rd time's the charm. The 3rd thing to ask yourself, number 3, does the deck need to be changed? This may seem questionable at first. I mean, did I lose? Yes. Should I change the deck? I must change the deck. But going back to question 1, if you got sacked, chances are you probably don't need to change the deck. I mean, if you got beat by some inconsistent OTK or FTK, the deck's probably fine and you just got sacked. If you're drawing clump hands, maybe try cutting cards, changing things around, just always keep an open mind. Changing your trap lineup, maybe you've been playing a lot of Yang Zhang and Shaddolls and whatnot, and you've been running Mirror Force at 3, and then you activate it and they still get a plus, and they end up plussing over you from that by you activating Mirror Force, so try Deep Prison. Maybe they keep getting monsters on field, so Tech Warning and Bottomless. Really worried about stuff getting on the field, you can always try Grand Mole. Just think about the little changes you can change to the deck, and this doesn't just have to be the main deck either. This goes for the side deck and the extra deck. 101s are progressively getting cheaper as more and more people are pulling them out of Megatins, so that's always an option. You've got all sorts of different tech options. In fact, there's a card called Mez Polymerization. Killer tech against Shaddolls. Flip it, their stuff goes back to the extra deck. It's a non-targeting compulse for Shaddolls. It is insane. So there's always new options out there. And that concludes that. Remember these 3 things whenever you lose, and thanks for watching, y'all. Peace and good luck.